Hi, everyone. Thank you for clicking through to the fourth edition of the Braintree SkyRocket sessions with myself and Dimitri.
The goal of today's session is to very quickly introduce you to the wide world of enterprise resource planning, or ERP.
That's right, Dimitri. Today we start a journey to unpack a product set that is key to the success of any customer out there in the market.
I've heard this is quite complex. What do you plan to get across in such a short space of time?
Okay, good point, Dimitri. Remember, the aim of these sessions is just to create enough interest within our colleagues and partners so that they call either you or I to help with their customers and to have more conversations. And we want to be able to help them sell. So today we're going to look at ERP from quite a high level perspective.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait. So what is an ERP, Gareth?
Okay, let me just share my screen quickly. And then will you let me know when you can see it?
Yeah, we got visual.
Okay, so an ERP is a software platform upon which customers run their entire business, right? It's the lifeblood of any business. And the needs for an ERP system vary from one business to the next, right? So if we run through the slide deck very quickly, you'll see this is quite a busy slide, but it actually explains exactly what an ERP is. Basically, an ERP is an automated software tool that runs your customer's business processes. Keep it very simple. So if your organization makes things, the system will help that manufacturing and production process by putting in automation and removing manual intervention. If your business sells things, it helps you sell those things better. Okay, so if you run through this slide over here and you move from right in a clockwise direction, it starts with procurement. Procurement is a critical process in any business. You can obviously maximize your cost savings with end-to-end procurement and logistics. And it runs through most of the modules that you would find in a CRM tool. And I know it's quite a busy slide, but I put it in here because our partners and colleagues can go in and have a look at this at their own convenience, and it will explain very briefly and succinctly what each of those modules do. For example, business intelligence is how you analyze the data and convert that into information, and that kind of underpins the outer layer. So the inner layer sort of extends an ERP into reporting, which is BI, but then also into e-commerce, which is a conversation we've had previously, as well as enterprise asset management, which is maybe a little bit more of, like I said, an extension of your traditional ERP. But the usual suspects like general financial management or accounting or distribution or production, like I said, if your customer is making things, or sales, which exists in the CRM portion, or quality control and assurance or governance, or how we look after our people. These are all very, very critical processes that exist in most businesses. And what happens most of the time out there is that customers have disparate systems running these different processes. What we do is we offer them an opportunity to automate everything into one system under one umbrella, which allows them a far more efficient way of operating. Okay, so the value that I want to get across of an ERP is things like increased productivity. Obviously, the automated processes means there's no more manual processes, because manual processes take somebody's time and it takes effort. And what it does is it hampers your customer's ability to invoice their customers. Okay, so they're not getting money in, and that's the lifeblood of any business, cash flow, right? So what we do is we facilitate a better way of doing business so that we are as efficient as we can in dealing with our customers, whether it's operationally or whether it's from a financial perspective. But it basically just removes all the niggles out of the way customers potentially do business and allows us to make more money more effectively. Things like customer service, reporting, and reducing costs, these are all things that you'd find in an ERP. And I think the most important thing that I'd like to say is that it's different for every customer.
Well, let me just jump in because there were a lot of different things happening there, and I feel a little bit like I've got stars running past my eyes. So, if you could get one thing across in today's session that you would want to leave the guys with, what is the most important hook for the sales team, like that they can use to identify any potential client?
Excellent, Dimitri. That's a good question, and I was hoping you were going to go there. So, in my summation, the single best way to identify a good customer opportunity is if your customer is running one or more of their critical business processes on one or more software systems, because then they're likely to be experiencing a few of these similar generic issues that I've mentioned, issues around system integration issues, which is expensive. If you have multiple different systems running multiple different capabilities in your business and they're not talking to each other, it costs a lot of money and consulting hours and development skill to tie those things together, if that's even possible. Okay, things like data duplication, because you're putting information in here and then you're having to take it out and put it in there, etc., which is similar to system integration. That takes time, which obviously equates to money. And this is all this manual process and intervention that we're talking about, right? The ability to invoice your customers and actually run more effectively. So
if my customer's got an invoicing system, an accounting system, and then a separate system for logistics, that's the right man I need to target.
Correct, and we call that disparate systems, right?
Well,
so if you've got a customer running different systems to facilitate the various different departments or processes within your business, like you've just highlighted, that's the perfect customer, because it allows us to address some real challenges that they're sitting with around how they invoice their customers, how they operate, and it's just an excellent opportunity. So any customer out there that's running multiple systems, this is potentially the best type of customer that we want to speak to.
So this is about 90% of the clients out there.
Exactly, Dimitri. So what do we have from a product perspective in this space?
So from a product perspective, we do have D365 Business Central, which you've just spoken to, finance and operations as well, and our very own BC Express.
Okay, BC Express, what's that?
So BC Express is a rapid implementation of BC, and when COVID hit, while there was an appetite in the market for ERP solutions, budgets were tight. So Braintree went ahead and did what they always do and built a solution to go around the problem for both us and the customer, which pretty much became a templatized version of BC at a much lower cost of ownership and much less consulting hours.
Oh, that's amazing. That's really agile and innovative. So Braintree really is trying to add value to your customers and partners. And that's amazing. So on that note, Dimitri, why don't you tell the guys what's in it for them?
Sure thing. So as usual, guys, 100% revenue recognition and a sales comm split of 50-50. So in summary, if your clients are struggling with manual processes and have multiple systems performing disparate tasks, we have a solution that can solve problems and automate things in order to bring massive efficiencies. We're in this together, guys. You have the contacts, we have the answers, and together we can grow to new heights.
So let's keep shooting for the stars, and remember, the more you know, the more you sell. Have a lucky week, guys. Sell hard and stay safe out there.